I'm glad that you all are not privy to our pre-show conversations because it's a hot mess. But welcome back to another episode of the Please Do Tell podcast. I'm your homegirl, Ronika, and I'm here with my co-host.
I am Jeffrey. Yeah, I am here. We are back. I
Back in
know it's been a couple weeks. I'm finally on the men, my friends. Like, woo! I
Hallelujah.
almost, out here, we had legionnaires that was going on.
Yeah.
7 people perished out here in New York City.
Mm,
And the crazy part about it, Renika, was one of the places that it started was a hospital. Yes, a hospital. And then you know how you have the chillers or the coolers on top of a hospital for air condition? Well,
yeah.
the water was contaminated. So the water that was in there is contaminated. And so it was a heat wave here in New York. So you got your air on. So the air was contaminated and it was enough where it killed actually 7 people here. Yeah, it was a hospital and they've targeted where at least 6 or 7 places where they believe that it is. But as of August 29th, it's supposed to be contained.
Yeah.
Uh but yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, that's here. But I was sick, and then the worst part about it is summer cold.
Yeah.
Summer colds are the worst. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we're glad that you're feeling better.
I'm
We're
back and
glad
I'm better.
he's back and he's better.
Hey.
Mhm. You know it. Ain't afraid to show it. Okay. So
But before you start, I just want to say, it's football night. It's the beginning of football season. So I am a little excited. So I'm a little jittery. So it's your turn. It's your turn.
when does cuffing season begin?
I mean, that's a hard transition from football, but they actually come, to be honest, they actually come hand in hand.
Mhm. Uh-huh.
In my world, cuffing season begins Labor Day. If you're not talking about cuffing something for the winter, as it's about to get a little cold, and then you're gonna get a little holiday season. You're gonna want to bring somebody. You want to have those pajamas on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You wanted to
Uh-huh.
create a new dance and then lead it on, to Valentine's Day. Well, like I said, it comes hand in hand. Here comes NFL, here comes NBA, they're coming hand in hand. So I would tell you, take that man to a game, and that's a part of the cuffing season part, so but what you think the date for cuffing season is?
I mean, if we do 6 months to Valentine's Day, it would be August, so we're a little late.
Well, the thing is here, look, we never said it had to be 6 months. Cuffing season is you have to look at it. All right, so let's take it. Summer begins in June. All right. All of a sudden, you go to graduations, open houses, you see new faces, new people, things of that nature. So now you just want to, you mix it and mingling. Next thing you know, it's July. 'Cause, the summer moves fast because the weather's
Yeah.
great. The weather's great. So you better move fast, and everybody's picking. And, all of a sudden, that person that you saw at that open house, you don't see them at the next function because they've been chosen. You know what I'm saying? They've been chosen out of the field. So all of a sudden, by the time you get to the first home football game or, or the first, you send your kids off to
Yeah.
school, all of a sudden you be like, well, who at the house with me? You know what I'm saying? So that is time when the kids go to school. Now, when we were in school, you went um, the week before Labor Day. And
Mhm.
then rules changes, after Labor Day. Well, here in New York, they started today. They start Thursday because they give kids an opportunity to even do the Labor Day weekend and then come back. So, yeah, I mean, but, school's in here, like, the end of June.
Late, yeah,
We have a
later.
lot of holidays, because we have such a rich culture, of people that's here.
Yeah.
So the thing is here, I'll tell anybody, you better jump on it because if you don't jump on comfort season and think it's serious by Labor Day, then you'll mess around. It'll be October 1st and you'll be in the blanket by yourself. That's all I'm saying. So I post on Instagram. If you
I
follow me,
know.
Mr. Fantastic World on Instagram, I post on Labor Day. Yeah, it's cuffing season. And we have our listeners. They just want to know. So please do tell. It's cuffing season.
Anywho, okay, so that was the if you have not figured out already, that's our thing, but I wanna go right back to if you did not listen to our last episode, which was Love Letters to the Culture, it was really good. So good that one of our loyal listeners, shout out to Robert Reed,
Hey,
Jefferson.
hey.
He was able to just give like feedback. He posted on the social media. So, we love to give a shout out when you talk
Absolutely.
back. When you talk back. So he was saying that his love letter would actually be to one of his teachers at Boy Montessori, which was also the elementary school that we attended. And
Different eras. Different
yeah,
era.
totally different eras, but
But that's crazy. The
yeah,
impact. That's crazy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And that school's not even open anymore. So but it was cool. So thank you for shouting us out, Robert.
What
And
did he say? My bad. I cut you off. What did he say though?
he was saying his love letter is to Boyne Montessori and to one of his teachers. I don't think he listed one of his teachers. Let me quick
Okay.
check. No, he did not. So, but Robert, if you want to ever join us, especially on the live after show, because if you know, you know, we go live after we record on Thursday evenings, and it's always a time.
To be had.
Always,
Come on now. Come on
always.
now. But since you mentioned about Born Montessori, and since that's your alma mater,
Mm.
um, name a couple. Name a couple.
Couple teachers?
Name a couple impact players.
Okay. So, I know we've joked about us and our mental math, so shout out to Mrs. Eva Gorman.
Come on now.
I
Yeah.
feel like Jeffrey knows her a little bit more intimately because he will give her whole full government, but that's enough. We don't need to know her political. Miss Morris, who is now Miss Elwell, Mrs. Elwell,
Mhm. Mhm.
she listen, we just joked about we just joked about how our teachers were really fearless back then. Like they didn't care about what she was one of the first people to tell me that no, this Christopher Columbus story, yeah, we let me give you the real. We sat on that circle just like that's what really
Mhm.
her teaching, her paraprofessional at that time was Mrs. Clement. And that was and I even tell our friend Demita, that was the first funeral that I can ever remember attending
Mm.
for someone that I knew. And that's really the first person that I went to the newspaper to look for her obituary was Mrs. Clement. And Demita's aunt actually married one of Mrs. Clement's sons. So I'm still
Wow.
able to be around them, which is really cool. And then Miss Dumpke was my which she is now Mrs. McDonald. And I joke with her whenever I run into her because whenever there is a really um when there's a death in the family that is unexpected or I know it's just gonna shift my whole life, I run into her, and that's been only since I
That's
moved back,
crazy.
man, crazy. When my dad was in hospice, my dad's room was across the hall from her mom's.
Wow.
When my sister and I are boohoo ugly crying on the floor, and it's like I see this person just kind of walking, gliding down the hallway, and I'm like, "Is that who I think it is?" And I look up, and it's her, and I can I because her mother was hard of hearing, and I remember her telling her mom, "She was one of my favorites. She was one of my best students,
I
mom.
know.
Her dad is dying." And she was like, "Well, how?" Her mom was like, "Well, how old is?" She was like, "He's a young man. Like he's not your age." I said, "Oh, huh." But yeah, it was
Wow.
some really beautiful people that taught um during especially during our era of Boynton. So, shout out to those teachers that forever changed.
I agree, Miss Gorman, actually, before I even transition into that, I'm a additive to the Montessori plan. I didn't grow up in it. I was one of those ones that they saw me from a distance and said, "We need him." You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, shout out to Miss Cook, Beverly Cook during my era. Parents of Renata Reed and Melvin Reed. Those are that's you
Yes,
know,
yeah, 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 if you know, you
mother,
know. If
that's they
you know,
mama.
you
Like she
know.
put
Yeah,
me on, so shout
yeah.
out to the family. And then we already said Miss Gorman, I don't
Mhm.
even have to. And then last but not least, Miss Waddell. Come on now, Miss Waddell. If you're not talking,
Miss
we
Waddell.
we got all these teachers. You gotta
Yeah,
have a leader. And the
yeah,
crazy part about it with Miss Waddell is she was my um 4th, 5th, 6th grade principal, but she was also my principal in preschool. I don't know if you remember that. Go back and look
I
at your
don't
pictures because late breaking news viewers, Renika and I, we've known each other for years.
for
So
years.
when we say for years, we mean years as
Right,
in
yes.
we went to preschool together. All right. So
Preschool twice because I was too young to go to real school, so I did it twice.
I did it twice. So I was on the back end. So it was a thing because our parents wanted us to start school early. As in, you can't stay here. You know too much. You got to go to school. Like you're 3 years old. There's no smartphones. They ain't finna put us on no typewriters or none of that.
Ah,
You
Texas
got to go to school.
Instruments, all of that, you know.
Correct. 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 So during that period of time, Miss Waddell was our principal.
With Miss Whitelow in them?
Yes. Miss Whitelow, Miss Flaw. Yep. Yeah.
Mm.
She was the principal. Yeah.
Do 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 do. I just remember that Jeffrey was the first person that got me in trouble. Okay, guys, he's the first person that had me
I'll
put
do it
in.
again.
Yep, every time, every time, every time. So, y'all, our theme is we are, as Jeffrey is so excited about, we're in football season.
Come on now.
Alicia was on Marco Polo today, and she said, whenever I hear the theme music for the NFL, she was like, I just wanted to cry. I was like, wow, it's serious. It's serious.
American culture with this football thing, it is next level. It's crazy because I was on Instagram 2 days ago, and it said it was the 9-year anniversary of Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the Star Spangled Banner, and I saw during that period of time where there were so many of my friends that I'm done with the NFL. 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 And COVID hit. And
Mm.
post-COVID, oh, the NFL has been in a incline, as in it is. I was in a training today for work, and they were like, "Well, the game's tonight," and I'm like, "It's like random people here, and everybody's talking about the game." Yeah, it's become really big. It's become really big in American culture.
And I feel like football is rising again, but basketball is not. But we can say that for another day.
It's not as many people. People have to. I mean, it's a lot. That's another conversation, but you gotta remember a football team has 53 people, a basketball team has between 13 and 15 on the roster. So it's just I mean, it's a big difference, and then football stadiums hold, you know, 60,000 or more, and then basketball stadiums typically under 20.
Okay.
So you're just gonna have less fans that have access to, you know. And then some people say, well, it's because of the black athlete. Well, the black athlete plays all of those sports.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think it's just that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I get,
I know you gotta okay. All right.
ring us in, ring us
Yeah,
in. Look, we 15 minutes in, we ain't even started.
I know. Okay, okay, okay. So we want to talk about September memories. So if you don't know, Jeffrey and I were both in the band. I feel like we've said this before, but you probably need a little refresher. We were both in the Tiger Marching Band. If you don't know about it, Ben Harbor, Michigan, Tiger Marching Band. Like you had to try out and all. Like you had to be. It was the best of the best in
Correct.
this band. In this band.
It was a culture.
Yes, and if you didn't make the marching band, then they put you in concert band, and
And
that's
you didn't want to be there. Cause then I all of a sudden everybody like myself who never was in concert, no shout out. I mean, excuse me, not no shout out, but no hate towards anybody in concert band. But if you were in concert band and got to marching band, you weren't trying to. I mean, because the thing is, here you want to be a part of the experience. The football game. Basketball. You want to. Those were additive, and then it made you feel like you were a part of drumline.
yes.
That was the era. Like it
Oh,
was. If we were drumline members.
what a time. We were a part of Drumline before Drumline was even a movie. Let's just okay. Right? All right. So we want to talk about school starting back, which we touched on that a little bit. Um, I'm scared to talk about new clothes because I can remember a time when it's a little rough. Senior year, you couldn't tell me nothing. I had a summer job and I was buying my own clothes. I remember one chick was like, "Dang, my nigga, you been coming in here with the." That's when I was really like, "Oh, color coordination."
Not the summer job money.
Like what?
Mm-mm.
What? And it's kind of going from what I talked about in one of the previous episodes is how I was discriminated against in that summer internship, but that summer internship money helped me buy my school clothes so it wasn't as stressful for my mom my senior year. Because I listen, especially with a girl, you got prom, you got homecoming, you got senior pictures. In our area, you got if you're running for Miss Ben Harbor, it's just expensive.
Mhm,
So I
mhm.
made sure that I saved all my little coins that summer, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm about to." Now my mama did cut me off. When she saw I was spending too much, she was like, "Mm-mm, no, bring it on back." But that's what I think about my senior year. I couldn't wait to step in. Hello, I'm
Look
here.
look, it's been crazy because, uh, by trade, I've been in youth development for years, you
Mhm.
know, almost 2 decades, but, um, over the last 6 years, I've been actually in foster care, so, like, managing a foster care home. Ironically, obviously, we're going into what? School, everybody going back to school, but
Yeah.
in my first 5 years, I've had 2 or less kids in my home that I manage, that was going back to school. So it was just kinda like you're just going through the motions. I had more of of young people that were older, but now I got 5 that's going to school, so I did the school shopping as a parent this year. And if you know me, I'm not a real parent. I don't have kids. So it's a lot. I'll tell anybody, these kids now, it is not the same.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Look, we would be like, oh, look, first time I got a pair of Jordans, Well, that's a lie. I got a pair of Jordans when I was in 3rd grade, and then outside of that, my next pair was when I was 23, all right? Well, there's an expectation, you understand what I'm saying? Like, "Hey, we expect," and then I know some of the viewers be like, "Well, I can't, blah, blah, blah," but then you don't wanna have to deal with the social movement that your kid is gonna have to deal
Mm,
with not having certain
mhm.
things, because socially they're gonna have to, or they're gonna have to physically, or they're gonna have to mentally,
Yeah,
make it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what school is. So
yeah.
like this whole school thing, Renega, I am whipped by the head. I mean, they have been on me. Like I was look, we was talking about pre-production earlier. We talked, I was like, let me figure this out. Like they are, and then today was the first day of school. So I look, once we get done, the game, blah, 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 I gotta make sure them kids made it, they got done with their homework, so, and I got 5 now, so it's crazy. So yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm, mm.
yeah. So back to school got a whole different meaning this year for me.
Like I said, we had multiple stores to shop at. I feel like the kids are piecing it together now because, especially since COVID and everything that's going on,
Well,
it's
most stuff is like online now,
yeah,
you know.
everything is online. And I'll be honest with y'all. And if you want to let your child, if you have children, if you want to let your school age child hear this, especially if they're a teenager, y'all, instead of returning the item that does not fit, they'll just be like, forget it. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, you can't do that.
it blows my mind. I've seen so many kids like, oh yeah, they'll just say forget it. It could be even a custom. Alicia, if you know, you know. It could be a custom job and it's like you won't say anything, you won't speak up about, hey, I don't like the fit or it doesn't fit or can we work on this? It's just like, oh, I just lost the money. Because it's not your money. It's your
Yeah,
parents' money. So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I see that. I see that, you
I
know.
see a
Well,
lot.
it didn't happen. I mean, not that it didn't happen. It's like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of soft skills in between
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of missed. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like, hey, make sure you get that receipt so we can return this.
Yes. If it does not
Need
fit, since you didn't
as
want to
needed.
try it on in this store.
Correct.
Yes. Get the
Yep.
receipt.
Yep.
So that was also one of the things, even when I started working with young people, it was, do you know how to mail a letter? Do you know how to ask for this when you go to the counter? Do you even know where the post office is? Do you know how to return an Amazon package? All of that. So when you're thinking about, especially if your young people are in college, having those conversations with them because I'm sure they're shopping online while they're away. And not to waste their money is to make sure
Correct.
you let them know how to return things properly.
Take it back. The UPS store. I'm not going to say any other places because they're
Yeah.
not sponsoring us.
Right. Right.
But realistically, we want to make sure that um, you get your money back. In
Well,
short,
hello.
yeah,
Hello.
make sure you get your money back. In short,
So when we talk about like fall traditions, we're talking about the football games, the tailgating, because that was one of the things that we also did when we started working with young people too. Is it was very important to tailgate for home games, which I thought was just really cool because that's what you see when you go to college. When you're on a college campus, the tailgating, even with NFL games, you'll see tailgating, but especially the college campuses, you'll see that tailgating, and it's just sometimes it's better than going to the game. Especially if your team is sorry. It's better than going to the game. But if you can put a soundtrack on September or even a band classic or something, what would it be?
mm,
And I'm gonna
I
tell
mean,
you
there's
right
so
now, Demita brought up Camino Royale. Is that wait, Camino was it
bum 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 bum. That's crazy. It can take you right back to that moment. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, Camino Real. If you know, you know. If you know, you in the background now singing it. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, okay, yeah. And that ain't even my part. That's the woodwind part.
Woodwind right here. Yes.
But if I had to come up with like a few songs that well back I would go with um anything by Trick Daddy. I know I'm kind of dating myself right there. Shut up. Hold up. Come on now. That's HBCU written all over it. Or I'm gonna go Ludacris, um, Saturday or Southern Hospitality off his album Back for the First Time, his first
Yeah.
album. Remember
Yeah.
when we saw him when we were in Alabama State?
Alabama State. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Back in the well, we weren't even in undergrad, we was in high school.
No, it was in high
We
school,
saw
and
it.
I
Yeah.
wore that. Ugh, the remix of "What's Your Fantasy," and he
Yep.
had all the women on it.
Yeah.
I wore that tape out.
Well, I didn't have a tape. I'm not that old. I had a CD.
You know, I had to burn my stuff from anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
because
converted
no,
from wax to CD?
no, I had to do because I had a cassette player in my car, so I had the little device where you had to
Ah,
hook it up.
put it in, make it happen. Yeah, I had one of them too. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Now, when I got my
Early though.
own
Early though.
car,
Early though.
early, like I told the girls, I said, "I've literally had my license this summer, like 25 years."
Damn.
You made it sound like that clip of Kevin Hart. Oh boy. Damn. Like, oh, I didn't know you was that old.
With
Yeah.
Don Cheadle.
And yes, then he said, damn. Oh, okay. It's for the game. But yes, I started driving.
25 years, that's a little long time for I have a license.
I mean, longer than a lot of y'all kids been alive.
Look,
But
I can tell you some people we can go outside now for some grown folks and they ain't got no license. You know, I live
that
in
is true.
I'm over here, so people don't have license in New York.
That was something that blew my mind when I lived to North Carolina because there was so many people from the New York, New Jersey area, from the New England, I should just say, that had never driven. Like the first time and I said, North Carolina is not the place to go to get your first license because I failed the test the first time. And I
Wow.
was really cute. I remember I had on a houndstooth vest. I had my micro braids and some down, some up in a ponytail. And I had on these big red hoops and I was ready for my license photo just to fail it.
Wow. Not just to fail it.
It was a whole website dedicated to the answers to passing the test. Because once I came back to work with that, basically the walk of shame, it was a shout out to Erica because she was like, "Girl, I failed it like 3 times." So there's this website that gives you the questions and the answers for the test. I said, "Bet."
Damn.
So I did that. I memorized everything. I went back. I wasn't SQ, but I went back and took it, passed it, went out to I'll never forget, we went to my aunt's on my dad's side. One of my aunt's best friends stayed in North Carolina and she had tickets to see The Color Purple. So we went to go see The Color Purple and then we went out for dessert afterwards and then I was telling her like the whole me not passing the test and she said, "Now mind you, this is a woman that like scholarly, like they all went to Cornell." And she said, "So how many times did you take that driving test?" I said, "I failed it the first time." She said, "You are not alone." I said, "Oh,
Oh, wow.
you failed
Wow.
it too?" She said, "Girl, I don't know what's in that test, but I failed it too the first time." I said,
That's
"There's a whole
crazy.
website dedicated to it now." She was like, "Girl." She said, "I done lived all over. And now you want to hit me with the okie dokie North Carolina. So get it together. Hope y'all done got it together."
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Look, I was adamant about not changing those license.
Mm,
And then I wanted to vote. So
Oh, okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
vote in an election, and so I'm like, let me change over my license, and so I did, and I didn't have to here. I didn't have to in the state of New York. I didn't have to do a test as
Mm.
long as I gave over my license.
Oh, I think I was at the point where it was
Yeah, it was
yeah,
just
New
well, they
York
know that
rule.
you have a license and you've been certified in another state, so they allow you to. Yeah, yeah.
See, I didn't have any problems when I switched over from North Carolina to Texas, but I did I had to do Michigan to North Carolina because I wanted the in-state tuition. That was
Gotcha.
important.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
very, very important. So that's all within like that was in a season like we in right now when I was going through that whole transition because I definitely moved to North Carolina during the summer leading into the
Beginning
fall.
of school year.
Mhm. Yeah. Cooper, please. He done got a he's been groomed this week and he's been ridiculous. Imma just put that out there.
Oh, what happened?
Cooper got groomed and he be feeling himself and he be wanting more attention. I'm just like, I ain't got
He said, "Well, I got a new haircut."
yeah, he like, "Girl," I'm like, "Who this? You are cute though." Okay. So, cause child, we are 30 minutes in. So, did you wanna roll on to the fall foolishness?
I'm following you. Come on now.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Look, we having a conversation with our people.
I mean, we already know that we told you about our routine, how those routines change when it comes to the fall with the whew, just
You know
every
what the hard part for me with the fall is,
what is it?
when the, not
Oh,
daylight savings time, I don't wanna go into that, that's a whole
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
but when the sun don't get up as early and it sets way early,
I don't
I'm not into it.
I don't know
Not in
if it's on your algorithm, but on mine, it's been saying, "Hey, this is the last day that you'll have a 8 p.m. sunset until April." And I'm like,
I haven't seen that, yeah, no.
mine it every day I'm like, this is the last this is the last like it gave us the last sunset for 9 p.m. Now it's giving
It's
us the last
already
sunset for 8 p.m. I'm just waiting for the one for 7 p.m. because it's coming.
uh, uh, it's already bad enough that, well, yeah, it's just an adjustment,
Uh-huh.
like, I mean, there's times where over on the East Coast, you can get up at 4:45, 10 minutes to 5 o'clock, and it's damn near daylight, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? But I do miss being in the Midwest, and it's 10:15, and it's just getting dark,
Yeah.
You're not getting that over here.
Mm. Okay. I want you to talk about a tailgate story that went wrong.
You said a tailgate story that went wrong?
Yes. Or you can choose. You have three to choose from. You have band drama, which I know you're plenty of that. Or any family September traditions that always end up being funny. So you have choices here.
Well, I'm gonna go with, band drama is always easy.
Oh, yeah.
I was a 4-year band member, blah, blah, blah. But I'm actually gonna go with a gate story gone wrong.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so, um, first year no, not first year, 3rd year at Western, ready, "Hey, I done did this," tailgating, and then the tailgating experience as in when you're 18 years old, as in our culture, they didn't do much of, like, drinking in my era,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
18,
Yeah.
19, 17,
Uh,
16. We didn't really, black
uh-uh.
young men really didn't drink during that little era. Um, but when you go off to college, drinking is big. So, you see it when you're 18, but you can hear your parents in your head, "Nah, don't do what they do,"
Mhm.
You see
Yeah.
it at
Yeah. Yeah.
18, and
Yeah.
you be like,
Yeah.
Don't do what they do."
You gonna jump off the bridge too? Like, no, I'm not.
Right, 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 right. Well, when I was 21, I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna try this." You know what I'm saying? And so, my first time of, like, really tailgating, but tailgating is it's a culture, you
Mhm.
know? It has everything to do about the game, but it's so before the game.
Yeah.
It
So
has everything to do about the game, but it's so before the game. So you get there, and as you know, my alma mater would say, it's not the Western experience, but it's the Wasting experience. And
oh,
so
yeah.
the first time that I had an opportunity, like drinking beer at 7 o'clock in the morning, boy, look, a story gone wrong.
Yeah.
So, you about 10, it's 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. You ain't never buzzed like this before. You ain't never buzzed like this before, and so you're looking for a bathroom, and it's just normal chaos. And so, um, I remember, hanging out. I actually had a friend that didn't live that far from the, the stadium, like, cause I went to a MAC school, so a Mid Atlantic Conference school, so it's not that big, so we can walk to and from the game. And so, look, I tell you one thing, thank God for that Jimmy John.
The free smells. I just
The
remember
free
they always advertise free smells.
I'm not a Jimmy John's fan, I'm not a sub fan at all.
Yeah.
But,
You got, like, lettuce on your
that
sandwiches.
that bread, right, I don't even do lettuce on my sandwich,
Mhm, mhm.
um, but, that bread did me well that day. So, oh, man. So the tailgating, I tell anybody, look, the moral of the story, because people are like, "Oh, you didn't give many details." The moral of the story, eat before you go to tailgating. Please do. Or eat while you're there, because a lot of people have food, and it's a great experience, as we talking about football. But
Yeah.
man, boy, it was terrible. It was like, nigga, let me get some more bread, please.
That's a good one. That's pretty good. Mine would be I, I attended homecoming last year at North Carolina Central University. It was the same weekend as Western Michigan's, uh, homecoming. So I ventured on to North Carolina. I get very close to campus, and I have the Uber driver drop me as close to campus as he can because he was like, "Man, it's been crazy today." Cause I parked off campus. I parked at a department store, and I said, "Imma just call a Uber from here to just drop me off at campus, and then at the end of the night, Imma just have somebody no, drop me off." I get to campus, and I check my phone, no bars. I said,
Uh,
okay. So how am I gonna connect with my people?" Now, the person that I was looking for that was out there has an Android. iPhone and Androids do not communicate to one another unless you're online, not on Wi-Fi. I mean, you only on Wi-Fi you can probably connect to them some way. But if your phone is cut off, iPhone is not communicating with Android. I'm literally going from building to building trying to hop on Wi-Fi. It's so many people out there that the towers is like, "What towers? What are we talking about?" I'm in full on panic mode because now it's going into an hour that I've been just on campus trying to look for people I know. Trying to find somebody. The people that I knew were either watching the game or they had already been out there most of the day. They had been drinking. It was just a mess. So I finally go into the criminal justice building and I find Monica. I locate Monica. I said, "I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not even gonna move. Just come to this building." I felt like we hugged each other as if it was Celie and Nettie and we was reconnected. I just said, "Girl, you have no idea." Like, oh my gosh. So we out here, we have our beverages and our cups. We're having a very good time. And now it's dark, the game is over, the bowl is still hopping, tailgating is still like they're still partying. We're partying, DJ's still going on. Mind you, I'm in a section whereas I feel like everybody is 35 and up. So I was like, these are my people. I'm here, I'm having a great time.
You found your tribe.
I done found my tribe. Me and Monica just like, yeah, all right, taking pictures on the field and everything. Someone comes over to us and says, "They shooting."
Oh my goodness.
Where? He said, "Right over there." And we're like on campus? So they were shooting. It was a lockdown. We're just sitting up here like, we ain't heard nothing because we just is enjoying life. Tomorrow, what you talking about they shooting?
Living our best life.
Living my best life. So I knew that my department, which is the history department, was having a reception in one of the buildings. And once the smoke clears and we're able to walk campus again, because it was a quick shutdown and lift. Me and Monica marching. I said, we gotta get it's free food and everything over there. Like we've gotta get food in our systems. We've been out here all day. I'm knocking on the window, people are looking like, I don't know who you are. I said,
Look, you a random.
open the door. I said, okay. Because our young people are so friendly and so open, someone let me into their dorm, got a piece of paper. I wrote on it just to go back to that building and put it on the window like, I'm an alum. Let me in. So they read it. Oh. And then I started listing professors' names. I was like, Professor Dr. Wilson, Dr. John, like, let me in. So we get in there, we're joking and all. I just said, I can't believe y'all looked at me like that. They said, girl, they was shooting out there. We was on lockdown. I said, somebody in here definitely knew who I was. So now we're good. But I talked to Monica. So, we went there, we got the best hot wings, and then we just Monica said, okay, well, we gonna have to just like get it together because we gotta now walk all the way back to my car. They
How
were
far along was the walk?
It was probably a mile. Probably longer. We were and North Carolina Central is very hilly. Like very. It's like walking on probably a little bit worse. Like walking from the Bernhardt Center at Western Michigan to one of the valley. That's how that it was a hike.
Shout out to the valleys. I live there.
Shout out to the valleys. So I was walking with Monica, and the food vendors are still out, like Italian sausage, all of this. And we get food. She takes me back to the department store so I can pick up my car. I'm staying with friends. Shout out to Devarian and Denitra. This is the story that Devarian told that when I walked in this house and I didn't see him, I was so out of there. That was like, you have no idea what I went through this evening to get back here. So I talked to Monica, that's the friend I was with, that I reconnected with, my Sealy, my Nettie, my Sealy. And she said, girl, because of everything that happened last year, the game is starting sooner and the campus will shut down at 7 p.m.
Because of last year. Wow. Wow.
So we were just saying, like, well, we really enjoyed ourselves last year. Will we go this year? But we had a time. The fact that we didn't know that they were shooting just on the other side of that building, and just to find out that it was a professor that was busting back at somebody.
Mm-mm. That's
So
crazy. You said the professor helped y'all get back?
No, the professor was the one that was shooting.
No, I was just messing.
Okay, all right. As I'm over here like,
that's crazy that the professor was shooting. But
Yeah.
if you feel, threatened, you were in the South.
Punks jump up to get beat down. That's what he was saying. That's all he was saying. So that's my tailgating story. That is a part of the Foolishness Files. So glad I made it.
I know, and then you look. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go back down there. I've been to North Carolina Central once, so I don't know.
For my graduation, I know, but my mom's gonna hear this like, what happened? What happened? You do know that this is the same school that I feel like every day was a crime alert, and I had to pray Psalm 91:1 over my life. every day, every day. Welcome to going to a HBCU. Best experience of my life. But boy, did I earn my black stripes, my hood stripes. I definitely
Just
earned
a
them.
little cultural awareness.
Just a little. Just a
Little
little.
cultural awareness,
Just a
yeah.
little. Okay. Woo! Boy, we are at the wrapping,
Uh-oh.
and it's crazy. We're wrapping up the show. What the heck?
Mm-mm, I don't even like it.
You don't like it? Okay.
No, look, I had to write down. I was just like, all right, let me put some down so I can add because it was so much. We missed a week or two, and
Yeah.
so we missed 2 weeks, right?
No, we missed one.
Okay, see, but it was
It
so much.
feels like
I
forever.
wanted to share, and especially after our August. So it's crazy, but yeah, I was just trying to write some stuff down
What you got
along
to
the
say?
way.
What you got to say?
Well, I mean, I'm following the flow, but we did talk about, love letters to the culture last time.
Mhm.
And I really like that it's kind of like a little ending,
Mhm.
so I don't know if we were like going to the end. And I know it's kind of crazy as y'all, and I look this way, because the mic is this way, everybody. Well, we go into pre-production, but we kind of go on the vibe and how we feel
Mhm.
like our people are like retaining us,
Yeah.
so from that standpoint, like it was just like I was like, let me write some stuff down. Like I don't want to miss this opportunity, to share. Um, but yeah, are we going into love letters to the culture or
No, I feel like these are your final thoughts. I want to hear what you wrote down.
well, I mean, my love letter to the culture, for this episode, I would say, would be it's like three things, and you'll get that a lot from me, as we continue. I'm like a three, look, they taught us, five, and look, if you know, you have a five, what is it, a 5 paragraph essay, and
Ah,
then
the 5-point essay. Yes.
yeah, I'd say 5 paragraph, but 5 point essay. You got the intro, the outro, but you got the three things that you want to, that meat and potatoes, that body, you
Yeah.
know. And my three things that I want to share for the love letter for the culture. This episode is one is embrace others.
Mm.
What I mean by embracing others, embrace somebody else that don't look like you, somebody else that don't think like you, somebody else that don't write like you, somebody else that don't like that's not around you. And that don't mean that you have to like grab them. We would love for you to grab them and hold them, but we went through COVID. So we know that everybody don't want to touch everybody, through that standpoint. But we can embrace each other by their thought.
Mhm.
And what I mean by that thought is just listening to them. That's embracing. It's just listening versus coming up with an opinion before you actually listen to what they say. The second thing is question your own self ideology. And one would say, what do you mean by that? As in, look, the things that I was told
Mm.
as a kid, I don't believe in. One, the tooth fairy. Even Coop thought it was a joke. Even Coop thought it was a joke.
You ain't even
So
thinking, oh, come here, Cooper. Come here. Come here, front and center. Front and center.
even Coop thought it was a joke. You
It's
know what I
like,
mean?
yeah, that's basically what he.
But realistically, because the tooth fairy's not realistic. So the things that have been told to us when we were younger don't mean that they still exist.
Yeah.
Some things are for certain eras in your life. So question your self ideology
Mm.
because that'll lead you to what's the word I'm looking to? An evolution of learning
Mm.
more about yourself.
Yeah.
And then that ironically just falls into it creates reflection. If you can't reflect, whether it's every day, once a week, once a month, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. You must reflect on who you are. So that's my love letter to the culture for this one.
How do you
Yeah.
follow it up? I really think we should do this for every episode, our love letter to.
I think you didn't
Yeah,
sold it on me, and
yeah,
then, Rob,
yeah,
Rob Reed then came in there
yeah,
and said, "This is what he want." I think
yeah,
it's, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Mine is, I only have one this week. Um, Customer service.
important. Mm.
I love supporting organizations, establishments, projects, initiatives that believe in treating people right, especially if I'm spending my ducats with you. I expect, and my sister and I talk about this often. Our dad was a plumber. He went above and beyond whenever he did a job. I'm not seeing that as much as I used to. So, if you want me to spend my money with you, I need you to go. I need you to actually my money, you need to act like you really appreciate me paying you for this job. I don't need you to just ghost me for weeks at a time and then you come back around. It's like, oh yeah, now my schedule's available. That's not how it works. I don't need you coming in half-assing any job. I need you to come in and do what I paid you to do and not even be nasty about it. Like
Mm.
if you are doing a service, just do your service. I'm never if I'm rude to anyone, anyone can tell you that knows me that you push me there. But being rude is not what I believe in because I'm all about I want you to do your job well and I will pay you for the job that you have done. So when I say the love letters to the culture, we always talk about supporting black support because I'm real big on supporting our own. I am. But I'm really big on supporting anyone that's gonna do a job well done. And they can look like anybody. So just with that's a love letter, that's a tip for anybody. Look at your customer service as a person that just bought a dumpster too. So but yeah.
That's a fact. I'm with it. I
All
love it.
right. All
Nothing wrong with
right.
it. Well,
All
that was
right.
good.
So we
That
know
was big. Soon as you said customer service,
right.
I look, I had to hold my tongue. Damn it, with a paperclip. Shit, it was a lot, because especially since like COVID, customer service is terrible. It was already hidden. It was already if a telemarketer called you, the customer service was atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of a sudden now you got these people on here. Now they want to talk crazy to you, and you like, I didn't even give you my number.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you find this number at? Why you texting me? Why you spam? Why you scamming me? Like, go on.
You
So
hit it with that. You hit it.
yeah. So yeah, we do know that September at the end of every September, the seasons change. I feel like the tree in my backyard is already the leaves are already starting to change, so it's here.
That's crazy. That's
They've already
big to
fallen.
know.
They've already fallen. Like a few have fallen in the yard already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Because my grandmother, random, but my grandmother taught me that. She said the only way that you're gonna know of the seasons is by the buds of the trees and the birds.
Mhm. Yes.
I
You
say
know, I'm
that's
big
it.
on
That's
my
the only
bird.
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Sidebar, very quickly. My coworker, teammate, shout out to Mary. She walked up to me today and said, I need you to help me with something. I'm like, what is it, girl? She she said, we have to bury a bird. I was like, a cardinal, a
Oh
baby
wow.
cardinal. I was like, I don't know if I can do that because I mean, I'm a bird girl and I love me a cardinal. But to know that it was a baby cardinal, so we gave
Mm.
it I was a pallbearer today, so we gave it its proper burial in the back of our job, and,
Oh wow. Wow.
but the seasons are changing, and
Man,
here we
things
are.
are rearranging.
Okay. Alright. See there? Just a mess. Just a mess. Okay. Yes. You all, we are, it's September. We're here, and
We're here.
we're here, dig out of here. We're gonna have a new episode coming to you next week because I will not allow sickness to ever get me down again. Another thing, Jeffrey and I are planning to record in person. Stay tuned for that. Because we already know that y'all loved when we went live in person. We had a good kiki and a cackle on my couch a few months ago. So we gotta record some episodes and some if you know live after show in person. So we'll be working on that. I feel like it's me popping up in New York. So don't
Well, I just want to, I don't want to give a little, but I will be in transit potentially next week during the show as we do our show because it's football season and I want to go to a game. So just throwing it out there, we may have a little footage, a little different, yeah, we don't know, maybe the show is on the go.
on the go. It's on the road. Please
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
on the road. Yes. So we want to know what's your favorite September memory. Does it involve school, football, or band? But tag us. Let us know. I'm gonna have to even pull on Louis Krajewski because I know he got some stories.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, shout out to Lewis. Look, also add on who you're picking tonight, the Eagles or the Cowgirls.
They're gonna see this after the episode airs, but it's got
That's fine. Look, if you're a fan, I'm not an Eagles fan, but I didn't wear green. I will never go for the Cowgirls. I'm good. Sorry, y'all. I know that may offend some of the listeners, but it's good camaraderie.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. So where can they find you, Mr. Fantastic?
You can find me either on Facebook by Jeffrey Jeffrey Booker Booker, or you can find me on Instagram at Mr. Fantastic World at Mr. Fantastic Fantastic World WORLD. And I shout out to the Mr. Fantastic shirt. This is my Mr. Fantastic shirt. That's how I got this name. This is, we was talking about college from years ago, tailgating experience. Mr. Fantastic showed up at that tailgating experience. So shout out.
What a time. I am Ronika Ronnika.Williams on Instagram, and I'm the same, my first and last name. On Facebook, you may find another Ronika Williams, which she's just as cool as me, and we know each other. So sometimes she gets to
Which
us
is
as well.
crazy.
It's really funny, and she finds it funny as well. So she usually like, yeah, your cousin tagged me in this post. Thanks, girl. Hey, welcome to our world. Both our dads named Ronald Williams, but it's definitely not the same man.
That's
Let me
crazy.
know. We joke about that all the time. So, yeah, be sure to find us on social media. We do the live after show. If on Jeffrey's Facebook page. I will be trying to share it to Instagram so we can kind of get some people there too, so you're able to see it and engage with the show as well. We
You think
love.
we should do Instagram?
I mean, sure.
Well, damn it, we're doing
Let's
both.
figure it out. Let's figure it out. Because another thing is that we love your reviews. We love your feedback. Like that we said something about Robert Reed actually giving us feedback about the show. So if you have feedback and you're not sure if you want to put it on social media, then send us a DM. Put it on wherever you listen or watch the podcast. We are on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple, just wherever you listen to your podcast. We're there, so leave us a comment, a review. We love the 5 stars because it lets people know that we out here. But if you love stories, then this is the place where you need to be. So tell a homie to tell a homie to tell a friend to become a homie, because that's what we're here for. We're all about the please do tell stories. So
Damn it.
until next time, I'm your homegirl Ronika, and this is
Jeffrey, I am here.
And this is another episode of the Please Do Tell podcast. We will see you next time.
Thank y'all.
Holla!